And this is a part of the series of briefings concerning different sectors as the country embarks on a new journey. Now let's go live to the scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
欢迎大家出席国务院新闻办
Welcome
新闻发布会。
to the press conference of the
今天我
SCIO.
们举行落实党的20大精神的
Today,
权威部门化
we
开
hold
局
the
系列
Embarking
主
on the
题
New
新闻
Journey
发布会
of
的第
Government
30 场，
Perspective press conference,
请
and today is the
司法部部
30th
长
session.
贺荣女士
And we have Ms.
回
He
答
Rong,
那个介
Minister
绍
of Justice,
加强
to
法
brief
治
you
建设、
on strengthening the
服
rule
务
of
保
law
障、高质
to
量发
support
展的有关情
high
况，
quality development,
并回答各位关
and
心的问
take
题
your。questions.
与贺部长一起出席今天新闻发布会
Also
的
present today are
中央依法治国办公室
Ms. Liu Changchun,
秘书局
Director
局长
General
刘
of
长
the
春女士、
Secretariat of the Office of the Commission for Overall
司法部
Law-Based
立
Governance
法
of the
一局局
CPC
长
Central Committee.
张耀明先生、
Mr. Zhang Yaoming, Director General of the
司法
First
部
Bureau of
律师
Legislation
工作
of
局
the
局
Ministry
长
of
田
Justice.
心先生、
Mr. Tian Xin, DG of the Bureau of
司法
Lawyers
部
Work
国
of the
际合
Ministry
作
of
局局长
Justice.
杜雅玲女
And
士。
Ms. Du Yaling, DG of the Bureau of the
现在先
International
请
Cooperation
贺
of
部
the
长介绍
Ministry of Justice. Now I'll give the floor to Minister He.
好，女士们、先生们，各位记者朋友，
Ladies and
大家
gentlemen,
好。
friends from the
非
media,
常感谢
good morning.
大家对司法行政工作、
And thank you
对
for
司法部工
your
作的
care and
关心
support
支持。
for judicial and
近年来啊，司
administrative
法
work.
部坚持以习近
In
平
recent
新时
years,
代
the Ministry of
中国特
Justice
色
has
社会主义
followed
思
the
想的
guidance
指
of
导，
Xi Jinping thought on
全
socialism
面
as
贯
Chinese
彻
characteristics
党
for a
的
new era,
20大精神，
fully implemented the
深入
guiding
践行
principles of the
习近
20th
平
CPC
法治
National
思想，
Congress,
认
acted
真地
on
履
the Xi
行
Jinping thought
中
on the
央
rule of
全
law,
面依法治
and
国委员
earnestly
会办
carried
公
out
室
the duties
设在
of the Office
司
of
法部
the
的
Commission
各
for
项职
Overall
能，
Law-Based Governance of the
统
CPC Central
筹协
Committee,
调
which is
推
based in the
进
Ministry of Justice.
依法治国
In particular, we
各
have
项
coordinated the
任务的落实，
implementation of the
扎
tasks
实推进
of
立
exercising
法、
law-based governance
行
on all
政执
fronts
法，
and steadily advanced work on
这个
legislation, law-based
还有
administration,
刑罚的执行，
and the execution
公共
of
法律服务
punishment, public law
涉
service,
外法治
and
等
foreign-related
各项
rule
职
of
能，
law.
取得了进一步的成效。
And we have made further
党
progress
的
on
20
these
大
fronts.
呀，专章
The
部署了
20th CPC National
建设，
Congress
强
highlighted
调
advancing the rule
统
of
筹
law
推进
and stressed
国内
the
法治
importance to
和
advance
涉
the
外
rule
法
of
治。
law in domestic and
今天啊，
foreign-related affairs in a
我重
coordinated
点介
manner.
绍
And
近
today
年
I
来
will brief you on
特别是
the
今
work of
年
the
以
Ministry
来
of Justice in
司法
recent
部履
years, in
行
particular in this
涉
year,
外法
on
治相
fulfilling
关
the
职能，
responsibilities on
服务
foreign-related rule of
高
law
质量发展
and
和
providing
高水平
law-based
对外
guarantee
开
for
放的
high-quality
有关
development
情况。
and high-standard
主
opening up.
要有这么几个方面。
Basically, on these
第一个方
fronts,
面，立足职能，
first,
统筹
playing our
协调落实
coordinating role
党
to
中央关
implement
于
the
涉
CPC
外
Central
法治的
Committee's major
重大部署。
instructions and instructions
我
on
们围绕
foreign-related
加
rule
快
of law.
涉外法治工作
We
战
have
略布
focused
局，
on improving the
我国
strategic
法
layout
域
of
外适用
foreign-related rule of
法
law,
律体
the
系建
system
设，
of
提高涉
extraterritorial
外执
application
法
of
司法
domestic
能力，
laws,
加
foreign-related
强
law
涉外法
enforcement,
治人才培
and
养等工作，
jurisdiction capacity, and
强
the
化
training of
研
talent.
究、
And
协
on these
调
fronts, we
和
have
统
stepped up
筹，
research, coordination,
制定
and
出台
oversight,
相关指导性意见，
formed guiding
切实把
opinions,
党中央的决策部署啊，
and
立足我们的
effectively
职能
implemented
落
the
实落
CPCCC's
细，
major decisions and
第二个
instructions
方
to
面，
the letter.
加快健全
Second,
系统完备的
accelerating the
涉
building
外
of its
法律法规
systematic
体系。
foreign-related law and regulation system.
按照党中央、国务院部署，
In accordance
落实
with the
全国人
decisions
大
of the
常委会
CPCCC
和
and
国
State
务院
Council,
的
we
立法
have
计划，
implemented the legislative
着力提
plans
升涉
of
外立
the
法治效，
MPC Standing Committee and State
和有关
Council.
部门一起
Stay committed
做
to
好
improving the quality and
比如说
effectiveness
啊
of
对
foreign-related
外
legislation.
关系法、
We have
外
worked
国国
with
家
relevant
豁免
departments
法、
on the
领
research,
事保护
drafting,
与
review,
协
and
助条例
amendment
等
on fundamental
重要
laws,
基础性
including
法
the
律
laws on foreign
和法
relations,
规的
foreign state
研究
immunities,
起草、
civil procedures,
审
and
查
foreign
修改工
trade.
作。司法部啊正在牵
The
头
Ministry
修
of
订仲
Justice
裁
is
法，
now taking the
这也
lead
是各位朋
to
友非
amend
常关
the
注
law
的，
on arbitration. I
进一步
believe you
完
are
善
very
具
interested in
有
this.
中国特色的仲裁制度，提
And
高涉外
also
仲裁的开
improving
放性。
an arbitration
应当
system
讲啊，
with Chinese
我国涉
characteristics
外法律体
and
系
promotes
正
opening up
在
in this
不断的
regard.
健全。
To sum
目
up,
前
China's
还有
foreign-related
包括
law system
反
is
洗钱
increasingly
法等
improving,
一批这个
and
涉外的
a
立
number
法
of
项目
foreign-related
正在
legislation projects,
抓紧地推进。
including the law
第3个方面，
on anti-money
深化
laundering,
法治领域
are
交
also
流
in
合
the
作，
pipeline. And third,
司法部
deepening
承
exchange
担
and
国家
cooperation
法
on
治
the rule
对
of
外
law.
合作工作，
The ministry
履
is
行
responsible for
国
China's
际司法
international
协助条
cooperation
约
on the
确
rule
定
of
的
law
对外
and
联
plays
系
the
中央机
liaison
关职
role
责。
as
今年
identified
9 月
by
啊，
international
我们
judicial
成功举
assistance
办了
treaties.
第
In
10次
September this year,
上合
we
组
held the
织
10th
司法部
meeting
长
of
会
ministers of justice
总
of
书
the
记
Shanghai
发来
Cooperation
贺信，
Organization member states.
这
General
个
Secretary Xi
与
Jinping
会的各
sent
方
a
啊，签署了联
congratulatory
合
message,
声明，
and a joint
这次
statement
会
was
议
signed at the
成
meeting,
效啊，这个
marking
取得了很
fruitful
丰硕的成效。
results.
我们加强与
We
联合
have
国、无
strengthened
罪办
exchange
等
with
国际
the
组织和有
UN
关
ODC
国
and
家
other
的交流，
international organizations,
在打
as
击
well as
跨国
relevant
犯罪、
countries,
法律服务、
on
司法
combating
协助、
transnational crime,
被判
legal
刑人以
service,
医管等
judicial
方面
assistance,
深
and
化
transfer
务
of
实的合
sentenced
作，
persons.
加强国际刑事、民商事、
We
司
have
法
redoubled
协助、
effort on
缔约履约
international
工作等
treaties
等，
on criminal, civil, and commercial
这些啊，
judicial assistance,
这都在以法治方式啊，保障各国
and in
的
this way,
经济发展和社
we
会
aim
安全
to
稳定方面发挥了积极作用。
play a more active
目
role
前，
in
我国已与
facilitating countries'
86
economic
个国
development
家
and
签
safeguarding
署
social
双
security and
边司
stability
法
through
协
the
助
rule of
条
law.
约，与
China
17个
has
国
signed
家签署
bilateral judicial
移管
assistance treaties
被判
with
刑人条约，
86 countries and treaties on the
年
transfer
均
of
办理
sentenced
国
persons
际
with
刑
17
事司法
countries,
协助的请求
handled
300多件，
over 300
民商事
international
请求
criminal judicial
3000
assistance
多件。
requests, and over 3,000 civil and commercial
第四个方面，
requests annually,
加快提
Fourth,
升涉外法律服
speeding
务
up
水
efforts
平。
to improve
这也
foreign-related
是大
legal
家非
service.
常关
I
心的一个
believe
问题。
you're also interested in
前不久
this，
在北
aspect.
京举行了
Not long ago,
2023年
the
亚太区
APRAC
域仲裁组织
2023
大
conference
会，
was held in
我们
Beijing.
支持北京、上
We
海、
support
广东
Beijing, Shanghai,
海南
Guangdong, and Hainan,
包括香港等地
including the Hong
加
Kong
快推
SAR,
进
in
国际商事仲
developing
裁中心建
international
设，
commercial arbitration centers.
同时
Meanwhile,
强化律
we
师
have stepped up
公正、
work
商事调解
in
等等这些
lawyers,
方面的
notarization,
涉外
and
法律
commercial
工作，
mediation,
与驻外使
among
领
other
馆共同
foreign-related
开
legal
展
work.
海外远程
We have
视同
conducted
工作，
virtual notarization with
这
Chinese
主要是
embassies
在海
overseas,
外远程公证方面，极大的方便了这
which
个中外的当事人，
has greatly
培育发
facilitated the
展商
parties
事调解组
from
织，
China and from abroad.
统筹各类
We've also
涉外
fostered
法律
commercial
资源，
mediation organizations and coordinated
服
foreign-related
务我国
legal
公民和
resources
企业走出去，来充分发
to
挥
help
“一
Chinese
带一路
nationals and
律师
businesses
联盟
to
作
go
用，
global.
打造沿线
We
国
have given
家和
full
地
play
区
to the Belt
法
and
律
Road
合作
International
平台，
Lawyers Association
为
as a
国际
legal
贸易、
cooperation platform
跨
for
境投
BRI
资、
partners
海事海商
and
等
provided high-quality
提供
legal service for
更加优
international
质的
trade,
法律服务。
cross-border investment, and
目前啊，
maritime commerce.
我国律师事
So
务所
far,
在
China's
35
law
个国
firms
家和地
has
区
set
设
up
立了
180
180家
branches
分支机
in
构，
35 countries and
涉外
regions,
律师有
with a
1.2
total
万
of
多人，
12,000
我们还
foreign-related
将
lawyers.
致力于培养一批
We are also committed
更多
to
的这个
training
高素质、
more
高水平的
high
涉外律
standard
师队伍。
foreign-related
今年以
lawyers.
来，
And
全
in
国
this
办理
year,
涉外公证业务250多
over
万件，
2.5 million
公证
foreign-related
文书发
notarization
往了
cases have been handled
180多个国家
concerning
和地
over
区，
180 countries and
办理
regions.
涉外仲裁3000多
Over
件，
3,000 foreign-related
涵盖
arbitration
了
cases
金
have been
融、
handled in
工
such
程建
fields
设、
as finance,
合同买卖、
project construction,
知识产权、
contract,
数字经济
IPR
等领域，
and the digital
标的
economy,
额累计
with
超
total
过了
amount of
1000多亿元，
over 100
涉
billion
及
yuan
100多个
and
国家
concerning
和地区。
over 100
第五个
countries
方
and
面
regions.
加快培养
Fifth,
高素质涉外
accelerating
涉港
training
澳
of high
法治
standard
人才。
talent in foreign and
我们
Hong
会同
Kong
有
or
关部门
Macau
研究
related
制
rule
定
of law.
关于加强
We
新时
have
代法
drafted
学
the
教育
opinions
和
on
法学理
strengthening
论
law
研究的意
education
见。
studies in the new
啊
era
这个意见啊
with
中办
relevant
国办已
departments,
经印发，
which
对涉外
is already
法
issued
学
in
学科
February
专
this
业
year,
设置、
making plans
涉外法治人才培
for the
养等
disciplines
啊
and
做出了规
measures,
划。
as well as talent
目
development
前
on foreign
正在
related
加
rule
快
of
建
law.
设国家
We're
级
now
涉外
building
法治研究
national
基
level
地，
research
提
centers
升国际
on
法
foreign
理论
related
研
rule of
究
law
和实
to
践
improve
应
the
用水
research
平。
and application of international
会同
law.
教育部
We
在
have
部
worked
分高
with
校
the
实施
Ministry of
涉外律
Education
师
to
和
launch
国际
2
仲裁
master's programs
硕士研究生
on
的
foreign related lawyers
这么
and
2个
international
培
arbitration
养的项目，
in a few universities.
加强涉外律师人才培养
We，have formed
遴选形成全
a
国
list
1000
of
名涉外
1,000
律师人
foreign
才
related
名录，
lawyers,
还有组建涉外仲
as well
裁
as
人才
a
库，
talent pool of
努力
foreign
为中国
related
式现代化
arbitration
建设
personnel,
提供法治人才的
providing
支撑。
talent support
同时啊，
for
我们
Chinese
对
modernization.
港澳律师在
the
粤
same
港澳
time,
大湾区内地9市执业试点的期限
We have
延长3年。
extended the practice license of Hong Kong
今天
and
在
Macau
座的
lawyers in
记
9
者朋友
mainland cities in
我
the
看也
Greater
有
Bay
不
Area.
少来自
I've
港澳
noticed
地区的，
many reporters from Hong Kong and
这
Macau,
个延长了这个3年啊，
and this
受
3-year
到了这个
extension
港澳律师的
has
和
been
各界的啊非常
welcomed
欢迎，
by lawyers and also other
促进港
communities
澳律师更好的融入国家发展
because
大局。
it helps
我先
lawyers
介绍
from
这
Hong Kong
些，
and Macau
下
to
面
better
啊
integrate
我们具体
in
回
China's
答
development.
各
And
位
that's
的
all
提
from me,
问，谢谢。
and we would like to take your questions.
谢
Thank
谢
you.
贺部长。
Thank
现
you,
在下面
Madam
欢迎各位
Minister.
提问。
Now the
提
floor
问
is
之前
open
请
for
通报一
questions,
下自己
and
所在的
please
信息单
identify
位。
your affiliations.
好，中间第3排这位女士。
谢谢中央广播电视总台央视记者提问，请问司法部在营造市场化、法治化、国际化的一流营商环境方面，
What measures has the Ministry of Justice taken to create a first-class business environment that is market-oriented, law-based, with international
好，
standards?
这个问题我来回答。
I'll answer a question.
这个记者朋友啊，这位记者朋友提的问题啊，非常好，
It is
啊
good
非常
question.
重要。这个市场
It
经
is
济
of great
啊，
importance.
就是法治
As we
经济
know, the
一
market
定意义上
economy
讲啊，
is a
它也是
legal-based
信用经
economy,
济。
and in a sense, a
那么
created economy.
法治啊，可以发挥固根本、
The
稳
rule
一
of law
期、立长
will
远的保障作用。
safeguard the
稳
fundamentals,
定啊，
stabilize expectations,
各
and
方投
benefit
资
in the
中
long
外投
term.
资者的信心
It
啊
will
和
stabilize
预期
expectations of investors from home and abroad.
啊，这个方面啊，对高水平的
In this
对外
regard,
开放应该
it is
讲非常的
beneficial
重要。
to high quality opening up.
我们认真落实党中央
We
和
fully
院决策
implemented
部署
the decision
那么在
and
优
deployment
化
of the
营
CPCCC
商环
and
境
the
方
State
面
Council
啊，采取的一
and
些
taken
务
a
实的措
serious
施，
pragmatic initiatives
比如说
to promote the business
在优
environment.
化营
For
商环境
example,
立法供给方面，
promoting the business environment
我们
by
在法律
legislation.
法规的制定修订中，
During the formulations,
依法平等保护国有
we have
民
equally
营
protected the rights
外
of
资等
state-owned,
各类
private,
所有
and
制企业
foreign-funded
产权
enterprises and
和
entrepreneurs,
企业家的合法权益。啊，也就是说啊，
which means
依法保护内资外资、
that we protect the rights
国
of
企、民企、大中小微企业
enterprises
的合
of
法
all
权
types
益啊，真正给落下来啊，从制度方面
in
给落
a
下来，
systemic way.
促进完善产
We have
权保护、
improved the
市场
protection,
准入、
the property rights,
公平竞
market
争、
access,
社会信
fair
用等方面
competition,
的制度规
social
范。
credit, and other
比如
aspects.
今年以来啊，出台
For example,
私
since
募
this
投资
year,
基金
we have
监督
formulated
管理
the
条例
regulations
等法
on the
规，
supervision and
正在会
administration
同有关
of
部门
private investment funds.
加快修
We are
订
working with the
招
relevant
标投标
departments
法、
to revise
会
laws
计
such
法、
as bidding and tendering law,
保险法、反不
accounting
正
law,
当竞争
insurance
法
law,
的
and
这个重
anti-unfair
要法律
competition law. These are all important
修订工作。
laws.
那么在加强立法的同时，
While
我们还
strengthening
加强了
legislation,
对行政法规中
We have endeavored to clean up existing laws and regulations contrary to
和这个
fairness.
调整工作。那么今年以来，
Since
司法
this
部
year,
牵头
the
对
ministry
所有
has
的
led
602
in
件
cleaning up
行政
of
法
all
规
602 administrative
已经
laws
向
and
社会公
regulations.
布了2批。
2 batches have been
在
announced
非常的
to the
关注。
society,
第
which
3批
attracted
也将
focus
这
of the
个
whole
尽快
society.
的公布。
The third batch
那么在
is to be
上个
announced
月公布
soon.
的取消和调整33项这个
Last
罚
month,
款中啊，
33
涉及
fines
多个领域
were cancelled
和
and
各类
adjusted,
的经营
involving
主体。
all kinds of industries
取
and
消
market
和
entities.
调整之后，
After the cancelling,
切实的减轻了
the burden
这个经营主体的负
for
担，
market entities was reduced.
有助于营造稳定、
It is
公平、
conducive
透明
to create
可
a
预期的
stable, fair, and
法治化
transparent,
营商环
predictable
境。
business environment
再
under
比
the
如
rule of law. For
在
example,
促进公正、文明、规范
in
执法方
promoting
面，
strict, standard,
我
fair,
们组织开
and
展
civilized
提
civil law
升行政
enforcement,
执法质量3年行
we have
动，
carried out a
深
3-year
化
action
简
plan
政便
to
民，
improve the equality,
重点加强
and
社企
re-
行政执法
promote
监
the
督力度，
reduction of permits for the
依
convenience
法
of the
纠正
people.
不作为
We've focused
作
on
为
strengthening the
粗
supervision
暴执法执法
of
不规范的
enterprise-related
突出
administrative
问
law
题，
enforcement.
同时
We have
做好新修订的行政复议
addressed the
法
problems of
实施准备
inaction,
工作。
brutal law enforcement,
新修订的行政复议
mechanical law
法，大家都
enforcement,
知道，
and
明
so
年
on.
1月1日开始实施。
Since the first day,
努力发挥
after the first day of
行政
next
复议
year,
化
it
解
will
行
be
政
carried
争
out
议的
the
渠道作用。
administrative
在
reconciliation
这个
law.
问题上我们加强和人民法院的协
And
调
in this
配合
regards, we strengthen
共同地
coordination
促进
with the
依法
people's
行政
courts
水平的提高，
to improve the administration based on law.
为市场主体提供
Another
高
example
质量的
is
法
the
律服务
provision
方面
of high-quality legal
我们
services
贯通
for
律
market
师
entities.
公证
We linked up the
仲裁
functions of lawyers,
调解
notarization,
法律服务
notarization, arbitration, mediation, and the rule of law publicity
等等
campaigns.
多项职能，为企业提供合规管理、风
We
险
also
防范、
provided enterprises with
纠
legal
纷解
services
决
such
等
as compliance
法律服务
management, risk prevention, and
支持
dispute
商会
resolution.
等开展人民
We
调解工
supported
作。
the Chamber of
目
Commerce
前已
in
经建立
mediation.
各类企
Currently,
业
we
人
have
民调解委员
established
会1.1万多个，
11,000 people's
商会
mediation
人民
committees
调解组织
of various types,
3100多个。
3,100
实践
people's
中
mediation
发挥了很好
organizations
的作用。
based on chambers of
去年
commerce,
以来，
which are very useful.
化解涉企的矛盾纠纷
Since last year,
150多万件。
we have
同时，
addressed more than
我们把
1.5 million
对企业
disputes.
的法治宣传作为885普法的
In
重要内
addition,
容。
we have made publicizing the rule of law for enterprises a critical part of the 8th five-year plan
来努力
to
地
promote the
弘
rule of law.
扬法治
I
精
believe
神，
many of our friends from the
企业精
media
神
have participated in,
努力营造诚信、
and we have
守约
endeavored
的
to promote the
市
rule
场
of law
环
and
境
spirit
和
of
氛围。
contract to
好，谢
create
谢。
a market environment of integrity and
请继续提
contract
问。
compliance. Thank you.
东区第2排里侧那位男士，就是里边那男士，第2排，就是他，就是那位。
谢谢。封面新闻记者提问。党的20大报告提出，法治政府建设是全面依法治国的重点任务
The
和主
the
题工程。
20th
请问司法部
CPC
在统筹推
National
进法治政府
Congress
建设方面
stressed
采
that
取了哪些
building a
重点
law-based
举措
government is a
和
key
哪些
task and
成效
major
谢谢
part of comprehensively advancing law-based governance. So what has the ministry done,
要您
and
主
what
持回答。
have you achieved?
谢谢您的提问。
So I'll give the
司
floor
法
to
部
Mr. Zhang
认真
Yaoming.
贯彻落实
Thank you for a
党中央
question.
国务院
The
关于
ministry
法治政府建设的一
earnestly
系列
followed
重大
the major
决策
decisions
部
and
署，
instructions of the
推动法治政府建设
CPPCC and
取
State
得了
Council
显著的
on
成效，
building a law-based
特别是
government
在
and
统
has
筹推
made
进
remarkable
法治政府
progress.
建设方
In
面，
particular,
形成了
in coordinating
责
the
任
building
督
of a
查
law-based
和
government,
示范
we
创
have
建
formed a
两手
two-pronged
抓
mechanism
推进机制，
featuring inspection
责任
and
督查
demonstration.
重在压实
Inspection
责任，及时
focuses
发
on
现
the
解决问
responsibility
题，形成
and identifying and resolving
示
the
范创建
problems,
重
and
在树立标
demonstration
杆儿，通过先
focuses
进
on
典型示
setting
范，激
examples,
发
and through
内
these
部动力。
examples to unlock internal driving forces, and I will mainly brief you on the demonstration events. In recent years, we have organized 2 rounds of nationwide example-building activities for law-based governments and created a positive atmosphere. It has been shown that such demonstration-building events have important significance to improve the building of law-based governments. First, providing a stronghold for building law-based governments at the grassroots. The foundation and priority lies in the grassroots and focuses on the municipal and county-level governments. Through an indicator system, we mainly assess the law-based decision-making, strict, standardized, fair and civilized law enforcement, and the legal quality of government officials from municipal and county level governments to encourage the municipal level governments to improve law-based governance. The second, it shows the objective of building law-based governments that people are happy with. The law-based government is for the people and by the people. We follow the people-centered development philosophy and focus on fields such as public service, public participation in policymaking, and law enforcement in key areas concerning the people's core interests, and make the feeling of the people as an important assessment standard and make timely response to the people's concerns. Meanwhile, with the help of third-party institutions, we assess the satisfaction of the people on the building of law-based governments. And third, setting up examples for building law-based governments for the new era. So far, there are 90 comprehensive demonstration areas and 83 demonstration projects. Many places have continued to promote these titles to fully play the exemplary roles of demonstration areas and projects, which will guide the building of law-based government in other places and provide law-based guarantee for economic and social development in different places. Now we are organizing the 3rd round of nationwide law-based government demonstration building events. Many places are very positive. The demonstration areas and projects will be selected in the second half of next year. Thank you.
请继续提问。第2排这位女士。
谢谢主持人。香港紫金杂志记者提问：今年是共建“一带一路”倡议提出10周年，请问司法部在服务保障、共
So
建“一
this
带一
year
路”
marks
方
the
面
10th
有哪些
anniversary
举措
of Belt
取
and
得
Road
哪些成
cooperation.
效？
So
谢
what
谢。
measures has the ministry taken to facilitate Belt and Road cooperation? What are the achievements? And I'll give the floor to Mr. Tianxin. Thank you for your question. Based on our functions, the Ministry of Justice has steadily advanced the legal guarantee of Belt and Road cooperation and made positive progress. First, deepening international exchange and cooperation on the rule of law. We have launched the Belt and Road Legal Service Talent Training Program and the Belt and Road Comprehensive Legal Service Platform. Both are listed in the practical cooperation deliverables of the 3rd BRF. And through platforms, including the UN Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, we have continued to deepen international exchange and cooperation on the rule of law. Now we have signed exchange and cooperation plans with ministries of justice of nearly 30 BRI partner countries, or MOUs and other bilateral documents, and this have effectively increased the judicial mutual trust between China and the BRI partners. Second, giving full play to legal service. We support Chinese lawyers in helping overseas Chinese businesses in strengthening compliance management, and we have set up overseas investment risk prevention and response mechanisms. Chinese law firms have set up 63 branches in 24 BRI partner countries, And law firms of 7 BRI partner countries have opened 24 representations in China. In Shanghai, Guangdong, and Hainan, there are many international commercial mediation organizations established to help BRI cooperation. We have promoted the building of law and regulation database of major countries, including 80 BRI partners. Third, supporting the BRI, the International Lawyers Association. The All China Lawyers Association launched the Belt and Road International Lawyers Association as an exchange platform for lawyers from BRI partner countries. At present, there are more than 2,600 members in the association, covering 54 countries and regions. It has set up 9 specialized committees and 34 working groups that are country or region specific. It has played a very positive role in deepening lawyer cooperation and strengthening legal service.
谢谢南方都市报记者提问。我们注意到群众在办证过程中
We note that when applying for notarization, there are still too many supporting materials requirements. What concrete measures have been taken in this regards by the Ministry of Justice? I'll give the floor to Liu Changshun. Thank you for your question. In recent years, the Ministry of Justice has focused on the pressing, difficult, and concerning problems of the public. We introduced several measures, such as the list management, to strengthen their sense of gain based on the rule of law of the people. First, reducing the supporting materials during the notarization responds to people's strong reaction to the completion in supporting materials for notarization. We have wrote out the list of supporting materials and we reduced them as much as possible. If the information could be achieved by checking or political information sharing, we would not let them provide further, and originals would not be provided. If the legal relation is clear and the fact is clear, so in this June, we have cut 160 unnecessary supporting materials, accounting for 29.3%, which effectively solved problems such as being asked to proving I am myself, which is widely praised by the public. Secondly, we constantly optimize the means of notary services, focusing on key areas such as serving and safeguarding people's livelihood. The ministry has expanded the policy on notary matters that people run at most once and implemented the one-time notification system. We have established a mechanism for coordinated and joint handling of notarization and consular authentication to achieve the goal of one application and acceptance and joint handling to ensure the last kilometer of notarization and authentication. We have carried out Internet Plus notarization and promoted cross-provincial notarization. 295 notary institutions have been selected to carry out overseas remote video notarization to meet the demand of our Chinese citizens. Thirdly, reducing the burden of the notarization services. We have improved pricing mechanism for notary services. We provided guidance to reduce or waive notary fees for low-income groups, the elderly, and other special groups by regulations. So far this year, more than 1,100 elders' wills have been notarized free of charge. Thank you.
As
a legislative department, what specific measures have been taken to serve and safeguard the overall situation of the party and the state? I'll give the floor to Mr. Zhang Yaoming. Thank you for your support and care of our legislation. The Ministry has fully implemented the decisions made by the 20th Party Congress and President Xi Jinping's decision. In an orderly manner, we have promoted the administration work at our plans. In this year, we have completed 41 legislative projects urgently needed for reform and desired by the public. For example, we have submitted the Standing Committee of the NPC the draft customs tariff law, the draft revision of the law on the protection of cultural relics, the draft revision of the law on the prevention and control of infectious diseases, draft law on safeguard of food security, the regulations on the supervision and administration of private investment funds, the regulations on the promotion, network protection for minors, the regulations on the handling of social insurance, and interim regulations on the administration of unmanned aircraft flights. So first, we insisted on focusing and prioritizing urgent needs and bearing in mind the country's top priorities, and accelerated the building of systems which is urgently needed by the governance of the nation and needed by the people for a better livelihood and safeguarding the national security of our nation. Our minister has mentioned the arbitration law, and in practice, after the revision work of arbitration law, we have learned a lot from the ancestral model law on arbitration. We learned from its experience and practices to promote the integration of our mediation laws, so that the foreign organizations could be well integrated in the mediation practice in China, which will provide a legal safeguards for the international disputes solution and legal services. Second, we insisted on strengthening communication and coordination and dared to work on the focus issues to comprehensively promote the 40th NPC Standing Committee legislative plan and the State Council annual legislative work. We have took the initiative to strengthen communication and coordination with the drafting department. Necessary, we carried out early intervention, the establishment of cross-department, high-profile task forces to promote priorities. We have strengthened consultation, supervision, and guidance, and utilized a variety of ways to promote consensus among all parties. Third, we have coordinated legislation enactment, revision, abolition, and interpretation, providing legal safeguards for national major reforms. We have provided safeguards for the rule of law for the pilot project of Hong Kong and Macau lawyers practicing in 9 cities in the Greater Bay Areas, the setting of National College Day, and other areas. Thank you.
谢谢发言人。总台央广网记者提问：习近平总书记指出，法治建设既要抓末端治理，并要抓前端治污点。那么请问在人民调解工作方面取得哪些成效？接下来还采取哪些举措？谢谢。
on treating the disease before it occurs. What results have been achieved? What would be the measures to be taken next? To answer a question. Since this year, the administrative and legal organizations at all levels have fully implemented the decision President Xi Jinping and the central government. We have given full play to mediation in regards of its basic rule. On October the 8th, the Ministry of Justice and the Supreme People's Court jointly convened a national conference on mediation to make arrangements for in-depth study and implementation of important instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping. First, the network of mediation organizations has been improved, with nearly 700,000 mediation committees nationwide, forming a network of organizations covering urban and rural areas and key fields and units. Second, the team of people's mediators have been growing, with a total of nearly 3.2 million people's mediators nationwide, of whom more than 410,000 are full-time. Third, the institutional mechanism of mediation has been continuously improved. The ways and means of mediation have become more convenient and efficient. The mediation work have been further institutionalized and standard. Fourth, the effectiveness of mediation work is constantly improving. From January to September this year, 11.8 million mediation disputes, of which 4.43 million were successful mediation. Next, judicial and administrative organs will further strengthen the standard building of people's mediation organizations, improve the network of grassroots people's mediation organizations, strengthen those connected to medical care, traffic, labor disputes, and other daily affairs, speed up the cultivation of quality mediators, strengthen a team of full-time people's mediators, and strengthen the mediation of disputes in grassroots and key areas. Strengthen the synergy between litigation and mediation to continuously promote people's mediation work and achieve new results. Next question.
你好，总台 CGTN。在开展国际交流合作方面，以及
On international exchange and cooperation on the rule of law and international rules making, what has the ministry done?
这个问题由我们国际合作局的局长杜雅玲同志
I'll give the floor to Madame
首先，
杜雅
感谢
玲。
这位记者朋友的提问。
First of all, thank you for your question. As we know, rule of law is an important outcome of humanity's political civilization and the largest common denominator of international exchange and cooperation. Based on our judicial and administrative functions, we have done the following on international exchange and cooperation on the rule of law and international rules making. First, advancing the institutional building of the SCIO Ministers of Justice meeting. In September this year, we successfully held the 10th meeting of Ministers of Justice of SCIO member states, as already introduced by Minister He Rong. During the meeting, parties signed a joint statement stressing that parties need to strengthen cooperation in legal cooperation to support the legal development of SCIO member states. China also signed yearly cooperation frameworks and cooperation plans with the Ministries of Justice of Russia and Kyrgyzstan, injecting strong impetus for regional framework of foreign-related rule of law. And second, engaging in high-level rule of law diplomacy. We participated in the 7th round of China-Germany intergovernmental consultation, the 8th meeting of the China-Russia Law Enforcement and Security Cooperation Mechanism, and the 4th China-Germany high-level security dialogue, among other major events. We also hosted the Russian Prosecutor General, the Vietnamese Minister of Public Security, the Mongolian Minister of Justice and International Affairs, and the UNDG of the Office at Vienna and Executive Director of the UNODC, and reached broad consensus. We also engaged in institutional bilateral exchanges with Germany, France, Finland, Singapore, among other countries, and implemented the deliverables of the Heads of State meeting between China and Belarus at the SCIO Samarkand Summit. Third, actively participating in multilateral cooperation, including at the UN. As the domestic leading body of the UN's crime prevention and criminal justice work, we have actively taken part in the CCP-CJ meetings and deepened cooperation with international organizations, including the UNODC, to actively engage in international governance and rulemaking. Fourth, orderly conducting international judicial assistance. International judicial assistance is an integral part of global governance. The Ministry of Justice, as the liaison body, has handled judicial assistance and the transfer of sentenced personal cases in accordance with laws and treaties. And this year, we have handled 206 criminal judicial assistance requests and 2,200 civil and commercial requests. In addition, we have approved the transfer of sentenced persons to 32 countries, and deepened judicial mutual trust and cooperation between countries, and improved the legal basis for international cooperation. Fifth, effectively advancing the review of treaties and laws. Since the 20th CPC National Congress, we have finished the review of 16 treaties, including the WTO Agreement on Fisheries Subsidies, the Reference Paper on Services Domestic Regulation, the Protocol on Iran's accession to the SCIO, and the UNTOC's Firearms Protocol. And we have also worked for the enactment and implementation of the measures for the administration of conclusion of treaties. And we have also actively participated in negotiations of the WTO's Trade and Investment Facilitation, the CPTPP, and the DEPA, providing legal guarantee for China's participation and leading of international rules making. Thank you.
谢谢发言人凤凰卫视提问。我们关注到的是粤港澳大湾区的建设。
Thank you. We are paying attention to the Greater Bay Area. So, what has the ministry done to support the building of the Greater Bay Area, in particular to support Hong Kong and Macau lawyers? I'll give the floor to Mr. Tian Xin. Just now, Minister He mentioned the Greater Bay Area, and in particular the work of Hong Kong and Macau lawyers. In recent years, the ministry has followed the decisions and instructions of the CPCCC and the State Council and adopted policy measures on Hong Kong Macau law firms setting up representations in the mainland, joint ventures between mainland and Hong Kong and Macau law firms, Hong Kong and Macau residents taking mainland's legal professional qualification exams and applying for lawyer's license, as well as Hong Kong and Macau lawyers being legal counselors at mainland firms, giving full play to the professional role of Hong Kong and Macau lawyers and encouraging Hong Kong and Macau lawyers to better integrate into national development. In particular, to implement the CPCCC's decision and instruction on the Greater Bay Area, we have actively promoted the pilot lawyer's license of Macau and Hong Kong lawyers in the mainland, organized policy instruction, legal knowledge training, and arrangement of exams. At the same time, we have guided the Guangdong Department of Justice to provide services on license and management, to provide favorable conditions for Hong Kong and Macau lawyers to carry out their work in 9 mainland cities of the Greater Bay Area. With concerted efforts, the pilot projects have made huge progress. Now, we have held 3 lawyers' license exams for the Greater Bay Area. More than 1,500 Hong Kong and Macau lawyers have registered and took the exams. 372 Hong Kong and Macau lawyers have received lawyer's license for the Greater Bay Area. They have given full play to their advantages of familiarity with Hong Kong and Macau laws and foreign laws, as well as mainland laws, and they have actively handled legal affairs in foreign-related and Hong Kong and Macau-related civil and commercial proceedings, arbitrations, investment, and IPR, providing high-quality legal services for the Greater Bay Area. This year, our ministry have timely extended the pilot project and formulated relevant proposals and documents as approved by the Standing Committee of the NPC. The pilot period of Hong Kong and Macau lawyers in the Greater Bay Area have been extended by 3 years. We have also lowered the threshold for exams and expanded the coverage of pilot policies. In the future, we will continue to improve relevant policies and specify the measures and mechanisms of the pilot license of Hong Kong and Macau lawyers in the Greater Bay Area and provide more platforms for lawyers from Hong Kong and Macau. We welcome more law firms and lawyers from Hong Kong and Macau to develop in the mainland and contribute your wisdom and strength for Chinese modernization. Thank you.
东区那位男士。
谢谢澎湃新闻记者提问。我们注意到近年来我国涉外的法律服务业快速发展。
So we have noticed that in recent years, the foreign-related legal service have been rapidly developing, providing important help for overseas Chinese nationals and businesses. So what measures has the ministry taken to promote foreign-related legal services, and what are the achievements? So I will take your question. Our ministry attaches great importance to foreign-related legal service and have adopted a series of policies to promote foreign-related legal service and serve China's high standard opening up. First, strengthening the building of foreign-related legal service institutions, including developing world-class law firms. We have worked with relevant departments to improve policy measures to support Chinese lawyers in going global. Compared to 2018, the number of overseas branches of Chinese law firms has grown by 47.5%. These branches have stepped up legal service in investment, energy and infrastructure, IPR and taxation, playing a positive role in serving trade ties and development between China and other countries. We support 9 mainland arbitration organizations in joining the Supreme Court's one-step international commercial dispute settlement mechanism. We support China International Economic and Trade Arbitration Commission in setting branches in North America and Europe. Second, accelerating the training of foreign-related legal service talent. We have adopted the foreign-related lawyers training policy measures and taken multiple measures to promote the training of high-standard foreign-related lawyers. We have held 3 sessions of foreign-related lawyers seminars and 10 sessions of foreign-related legal service training courses for public lawyers. Compared to 2018, the number of foreign-related lawyers has grown by 4,800 or 67.8%. Third, deepening international exchange of legal services. At the 10th SCIO Ministers of Justice meeting, we have held the International Legal Service Forum themed Deepen Cooperation in Legal Services to boost regional economic and trade development, to work for more practical results in legal service exchanges and cooperation. For 3 years in a row, we have held legal service exhibitions at CIFTIS, featuring 139 foreign-related legal service institutions to improve their global influence. Fourth, steadily advancing opening up of legal services. We support foreign law firms in setting up representations in China and launch pilot programs of Chinese law firms hiring foreign legal counselors and mutual assignment of lawyers between Chinese and foreign law firms. So far, 158 law firms have set up 208 representations in China, and we have allowed overseas arbitration organizations to carry out their business in specific areas. The WIPO's Arbitration and Mediation Center has set up a branch in Shanghai. Thank you.
Last one.
谢谢主持人。法制日报记者提问。人才是各行各业的发展动力之一。
Talents is the booster for all industries. What measures has the Ministry of Justice taken to strengthen the cultivation of foreign-related legal talents? I'll give the floor to Comrade Liu Changchun.
回答这位记者朋友的提问。涉外法治人才培养
Culturing foreign-related legal talents is fundamental in promoting foreign-related rule of law. And our works are as follows. First, the implementation of the opinions on strengthening legal education and legal theory research in the new era. We have strengthened microscope guidance of the Central Office for the Rule of Law and the work of legal education, strengthened the guidance of the Education Department of the State Council and Judicial Administrative Department on legal education in universities. We deployed a series of key tasks for system building in law schools, legal education, and theoretical research in law. We have improved the establishment of disciplines related to foreign-related laws and enhanced the building of the discipline of international law. The Central Office for the Rule of Law coordinated the implementation of the opinions and worked closely with the Ministry of Justice and other departments to implement our various tasks. Secondly, we built bases for foreign-related legal talents. With the relevant departments, we have identified several national research bases for foreign-related legal studies. We focused on the national foreign-related rule of law strategy and accelerated the cultivation of talents. Third, strengthening the building of foreign legal service teams. We worked with the Ministry of Education. We have set 2 programs of LLM. We have enrolled and trained 1,157 LLM students for foreign-related lawyers and 427 LLM students for international arbitration. More than a total of 143 Chinese and foreign law agencies and 205 Chinese and foreign lawyers were included in the Belt and Road cross-border lawyer talent pool. In that case, a list of 1,000 foreign lawyers covering the fields of cross-border investment, international trade, civil and commercial litigation, and arbitration has been formed through the formation of expert committees for training foreign arbitration talents and the development of certificate education for foreign arbitration projects. A team of high-quality and specialized foreign arbitration talents has been created. Fourth, establishing a pool of foreign-related legal talents in the judicial and administrative system. Training courses on foreign legal talents in the national judicial and administrative system were held regularly. Talents who are well-versed in the international laws, rules, and good at handling foreign legal affairs were cultivated. Thank you. Thank you for coming, our friends from media. And that's the end of today's news briefing. Thank you.